Hello, good morning. Yep, we're live. Had to just check first. Good morning. I wanted to talk to you today about intentions. Now, last week I did set my intentions for this live coverage or live um, weekly intention. So I put it out on the Intuitive Personal Development Facebook group. And this time I've decided to share it with my on my personal profile. Now, this is a little bit out there for me because I'm not right into that sort of personal profile stuff. I was quite happy to keep it segregated into the business side. But my family are going through a lot at the moment, and I think I need to reach out to them in my way. Now, Victoria's just gone down into another 2 weeks lockdown. Most of my family are down there. I've got one son and a daughter up here, one daughter down there, but all my siblings are down there. In Victoria, I'm in Queensland. So I really find it quite challenging for them. We haven't had the lockdown like they have. And I know there's such a big extreme to the lockdowns. Now, some people are finding it that they've got plenty of free time on their hands and they're bored and they don't know what to do with themselves. Whereas on the flip side, we have some people that are so extremely stressed. My daughter is one of them, in the fact that she has to do homeschooling for 2 young kids as well as work full time, and she's a single parent. So she's gone from one extreme to another. So I just wanted to start to do a little bit of sharing on this. Now, what this one was about intentions and about things happening here on my screen. It's about intentions and goals. Now, when I'm doing live flower readings, it's all about the goals. So with a flower reading or with a flower image or a flower drawing, we work out what our intuition is trying to tell us, and we choose a flower that matches that goal or that where we're going. What I want to do today is talk about intentions. Now, the goal is the final result. The intentions are how we get to that area. And while we're in lockdown and while you're experiencing all these sort of things, I thought it might help you if we can talk about your intentions and where you're going. So I thought we'd set weekly intentions. Now, I was never going to do this on live or never going to do card readings, but it's the only way I find that I can feel like I can help you in some way. So with the card readings, what we're going to do is each week we're going to set our intentions. And I have got a few decks of cards. Now, please don't judge me. Oh, I got a few decks of cards, and that's not all of them. I have been purchasing cards since I first started getting into all this sort of stuff. And I've given a lot away. I actually make little bags to go with them sometimes, and I have little spreadsheets for them. I put them all together. It was a bit of a hobby of mine, so I really enjoyed making the little bags to go with my card decks, and I try and get the colours to match and everything else. But this is not about me. This is about you guys. So what I want to do is set some intentions. Now, I have this spread. I'm going to turn the camera down because you don't need to look at me. I want to look at the spread. Now, I have this spread that I have made up. This is a basic card spread. Now, you can get this basic card spread, and for me, it's upside down, but for you, hopefully, it's the right way around. Now, you can get this basic card spread on the website, theartofintuition.com.au. And what this is going to be our weekly spread, so we can set our intentions. So number one is the first card is about your intuitive reading. So this is what our guidance is going to be about today, this card. Number two, oh gosh, I've got them around the wrong way, sorry. Number 2 should be down there. That's your block. So anything that's blocking you from your intentions. Number 3 is how to get through that block. And number 4 is the results your intuition you'll get if you do follow that. Now, today I'm going to be using this card deck. I'm going to be using different card decks so you can see how easy this spread is. And again, you can get this spread on theartofintuition.com.au. And this spread is look under products and the drop down to resources. So there's all the free resources on theartofintuition.com.au. But this is what I would like to do, and hopefully this will help you as we go along. So these are your card spreads. So the first one I'm putting down, I always put them down in the right order, and I'm sorry they're going to be back to front and inside out, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay, so card one, this is what your guidance is all about today. So your guidance is, oh, romance. Oh, look at that. So new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. So be open to giving and receiving love. So when we start to look at that, and what our intuition is saying is that, you know, sometimes we, in the situations that we're in, sometimes we feel that we don't feel loved. We feel a little bit isolated. We feel like we're not getting where we want to go to. We feel like we're not achieving some of the things we want to do. So with that, the cards that are going to help you today is all about, we're talking about romance, we're talking about love, we're talking about that need, that feel. So what that means to us. So what's blocking us from romance and what's blocking us from these sorts of things is Archangel Raphael. Now, Raphael is healing, is helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. Now, when we look at that in regards to what our intuition is telling us, is that when we look at romance, if this is what we're looking for, if we want to feel love, we want to feel that sort of thing, we need to look at ourselves first. So what's blocking us is that you're not looking at yourself first, you're not looking at yourself in a physical aspect. If you are in lockdown, how can you help your physical side? How can you help do some things physically? Whether it's taking herbs and vitamins, whether it's doing more exercise, whether you're trying to help yourself do some sort of movement, we need to, your blocks for your romance at the moment, or for you, the feeling of love is you need to look at the physical challenges, you need to look at yourself first. So start to have a look at that. That's the blocking, that's what's blocking you. This card, number 3, is how we can overcome those blocks. So when we look at number 3, we look at Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So when we're looking at how we can get through these blocks, we actually can look at children. So when we see that, we can go, okay, what are our children doing? Do we need to play with our children more? Do we need to do childlike activities to enjoy where we're going a little bit more? What is it that we're looking for in a child that will help us get through those physical aspects? As a child, I mean, for goodness sake, we used to eat dirt as a child. We probably still do now, but on our potatoes and stuff. But you know, as a child, what is it that links with that physical aspects to heal? And remember when as a child, or if you've got children, when they fell over, or as a child and you fell over, mum or dad would give you a kiss on the knee if that's where you were hurt, and it was all better, or a band-aid and it was all better. We started to look at how we can simplify. It doesn't need to be hard all the time. How can we simplify it? How can we bring that childlike atmosphere in to help us with our physical side? And once we get that, we can then start to understand about receiving more love. And it's about loving ourselves. So the results in all this, when we get to it, the card is about results number 4 that you're going to get if you follow your intuition. Now, this is your intuition talking to you. So it's the Shanti. And I am the angel of peace. I bring you tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So when we start to link these, we know we're going to have a positive outcome, because Shanti is a positive outcome. It's that peace, it's that tranquility, it's that understanding. So when we're thinking about romance, sometimes we're trying too hard to create romance. Sometimes we're trying too hard to feel loved, and we're expecting it from other people instead of getting it from ourselves. So sometimes we need to be more mindful of how we're doing this and what we're putting forward. So with this deck, our intention, and this is just for the week, this is what I want to set for the week, our weekly intentions. We've gone through the weekend, we've gone through Monday, our dreaded Monday. So this is our week's intentions. It's all about romance this time, or love. Now, when I look at this one again, romance, I would suggest, is more about loving the self at this stage, especially if you're in lockdown. Loving yourself is so, so important. These are your blocks again. Archangel Raphael is your blocks, and that is about the physical challenges. So it's not about our mental aspect. This is definitely physical challenges. So we need to be aware of those physical challenges and say that that's what's stopping us from loving ourselves or from getting the romance and the love that we want, that external love. I'm really thinking this whole thing is about internal love, but again, this is a generic reading, so it could be about external love. If you're feeling that's where it is, you go with it because that's your intuition talking. Then again, getting through it, go childlike. Either follow what your children are doing, engage with your children a bit more. Don't go and eat dirt, but just do some of the things that are more childlike or with children. So that's how you're going to get through these physical blocks, is to play with children, be childlike, engage in that sort of thing. Do some drawing, do some painting, colouring in, go and play on the swings, run around with the kids, kick a ball, start to do things like that. And again, if you're in lockdown, try and do that in a manner that still is engaging. If you don't have children at home and you can't interact with them, do childlike things, and that's going to help you with your physical side. I would say physical things, not just mental things. And again, that's going to bring you a tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So that's what our intentions are for this week. It's again, we're looking at more of a weekly reading, a weekly understanding of it, and how we can go forward and move forward with that. Again, you can get that on the podcast. I've got a podcast you can engage with. That is the Art of Intuition podcast. Sorry, the camera. Also, you can again get this spread for free on the website. So just go through theartofintuition.com.au, Australian business, just be wary of that. And look under products, and then there's a drop down with resources. There's a few free resources there. When we talk about childlike experiences, I've got mandalas. You can download the mandalas and start colouring them in. I've actually created a program called Creating Happiness. Now, with that one, you actually join in the online course. I send you get a package in the mail, which I thought is really lovely. You get a package in the mail that includes watercolor pencils, the big pad, the watercolor pad, and some brushes. And then you go onto the online course, you do a guided meditation, and then you start to draw your happiness goal. When you've done that, you actually learn how to read the happiness goal, what your intuition is telling you, because your intuition's drawing it, not me. And then you can actually come onto this and get a free reading on it, a live reading of your happiness goal. So when you go through that. But until we get some people moving on there, until they've got their goals in, I'm going to be doing this weekly. So I hope you want to jump in and join me with this weekly reading. I need something. I need to be able to help. I know this is not a lot, but if I can connect and help somebody, I'm more than happy to do that. So look after yourselves, guys in Sydney, guys in Victoria. Please look after yourselves and connect if you need to. That's me. I want to make it short and sweet, no longer than 15 minutes because I always talk too long. All right, guys, bye for now. There's some things. I can see some names coming up on the comments, and I have to apologise because I go through StreamYard. If you join up in StreamYard, I can see who actually is commenting. All I can see is at this stage is Facebook user, Morning Susan Jane, and awesome, thanks so much, Susan. So I can't actually see who it is. So I do apologise for that. But anyway, I'm getting there. We're learning as we go. So you guys stay strong, and I will talk to you next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Okay, bye for now.